Tonight on Scariest Places on Earth, Venice, Italy is hiding a dark secret.
There's no escape from the evil in this place.
It's known as the Island of No Return, Poveglia.
It's almost as if the island itself has become a living, breathing corpse.
A cursed island
They found pieces of bodies.
that no one has dared to visit after dark until now.
I got my mother going, my sister going, my niece, my nephew going, so I have to be brave.
I have a bad feeling something's about to happen.
We're cornered. The ghost has cornered us.
I wouldn't send an enemy to a place like this.
Venice, the jewel of Italy.
5 miles off the coast of Venice lies a 1 square mile island steeped in evil like no other place on earth. It's Poveglia. Many people have died here in Poveglia. Over 100,000 people died painful, agonizing deaths on this island. This place has a lot of suffering, and it has nowhere to go.
Ci sono degli angoli anche.
Poveglia is filled with spirits. They're watching, screaming, waiting to attack anyone who steps foot on this island.
I wouldn't send an enemy to a place like this.
A family from sunny Southern California will attempt to spend the night on Poveglia.
I got my mother going, my sister going, my niece, my nephew going, so I have to be brave.
I'm anxious, I'm excited, I'm nervous, but fear doesn't come by me very often.
I do not want to discover any paranormal activity. Not at all.
For me, it's a challenge. I'm always looking for something that will scare me.
Maybe hearing a couple of noises here and there, I could deal with that.
I'm really interested in seeing if there are ghosts or spirits and what they look like.
But I do not want to actually see a ghost coming towards me at all.
In terms of just being scared of the unknown, no, I'm not scared.
I think it's going to be just the experience of a lifetime.
I feel like we're ready.
But are the Wilsons ready for the dark side of Venice?
The grandeur of Venice, the beauty of the canals, the Rialto Bridge, the Bridge of Sighs. All of their carnivals, all of their festivals filled with bright colours, and yet every man and every woman wears a mask. A mask that allows them to be who they want to be, not who they really are. When you remove that mask, you see the real Venice.
Venetians know that the real Venice is very mystical, but most don't talk about it because they are afraid.
Venice is a strange town. You can feel the atmosphere, the mystic atmosphere, just to walk on the road, on the street.
Venice is teeming with the spirits of the dead. On the streets, in doorways, alleyways. They've been around for centuries. Some spirits are good, but many are evil.
When the sun goes down is when the spirits come out in Venice. They come alive during the night. When you walk in the dark, you see small lights like flames rising from the ground. These are manifestations of spirit dead.
As early as the 12th century, occult practices flourished in Venice.
Venice was a sort of refuge for every kind of people who felt themselves in danger for intellectual reasons, also witches.
In tutta Europa,
While the rest of Europe censored the expression of occult themes, Venice permitted books on the supernatural.
Black magic became widespread in Venice during the Inquisition. Witches used the dark arts for power to destroy their enemies. Some would create a magical circle of candles around themselves to harness the evil of demonic spirits.
Many believe the evil spirits that haunt Venice have cursed a 17th century cathedral.
During construction of the basilica in Venice, workers saw ghostly shapes and strange shadows appear and mysteriously disappear. Children's voices were heard when there were no children to be found. The church was filled with screams of suffering people begging for salvation. Images of faces in agony appeared on the walls as blood teared down their cheeks. The government investigated the church and discovered it was built over a mass grave filled with victims of the plague.
Those victims were buried 300 years earlier.
I think that the most famous plague was the so-called peste nera, the Black Death, which struck the whole of Europe and even Venice, and it killed almost more than a third of the population.
The plague hit suddenly and caused death to its victims within 5 days, filling the streets with dead bodies.
The bodies were swollen. Their faces and their skin would have huge pustules. There was a coughing and a wheezing and a tightening of the chest. There was a growl in the throat as the tubes began to narrow and narrow. You couldn't drink water.
When medical treatment failed, authorities bricked up plague victims as prisoners in their own homes. If anyone tried to escape, they would be killed.
Victims were buried in mass graves, known as plague pits.
There were so many victims dying so fast from the plague that when they took away bodies to the mass grave, some were still breathing and burnt alive.
They dug a hole and they hurled the bodies on there. Beneath the bodies kindling, and they would set it on fire. And the stench of the rotting flesh burning was said to have spread the full length of Italy.
The authorities formed a committee to solve the problem of the plague taking over Venice. Their solution was to ship plague victims to a nearby island.
The island of no return. Poveglia.
If you were afflicted with the plague in Venice,